All right, we'll do a little news. Maz will hang out with us.
So we are just coming off the 2023 Met Gala. Gala. So this is obviously fashion's biggest night. Just a reminder, it's a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in New York. $50,000 a ticket.
Oh, wow.
Oof. Yeah, they upped it this year.
Yeah.
Still sold out, everybody. They said, like, look, we know the price is high, but if somebody wants to drop out, there's 20 people behind them who would take it. So, so there ton of celebrities. So the theme this year is based off of Karl Lagerfeld. He is
I love this guy.
I know you love him.
I'm so in love with him. I love his ponytail. I love his driving gloves.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love his world.
So he died in 2019. So the theme was in honor of Karl.
Oh, well, you know what? Wasn't he the one who would just sit around and go, "This bitch is too fat to wear my dress. You need to eat. Stop doing the TikTok to the donut shop and do one to a fucking jicama shop, bitch, because you're too fat." Like he would sit around. I love it. I love the foreigners with no filter.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the foreigner, like the first gen grandma who comes over.
Sure.
And you bring your daughter's friend. It's like, you are cute. You're so fat. Why are you fat? You must stop. You must never stop eating because if you're so fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no foreign filter. It's a second language insult.
And you just have to take it because you're like, all right, this is how he is.
She's 71 and she's not her first language, but there's something. And then they describe like how you got fat. So you must be just sitting and eat. And you eat all day, but you don't move.
Yeah,
now you're fat.
Yeah, you want to be model? You cannot be model.
You're fat. Look at you, and your nose is something is wrong with your hook nose. It's a no.
You're ugly. You work in office. Office is better for you, not model.
Brutal. Just brutal.
You're right. That's definitely a cult. You're right, and then we get away with it.
And everyone circles the wagons and goes, he's gay, and this is his second language, and he's 77, so he gets to do what he wants. You know what I mean? But he was a bitch, right? Like he would insult people all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I liked
some
about him.
of his controversies also during the Me Too movement. He said during an interview that he was fed up with it because it took these starlets too long. Like it took him 20 years to remember what happened, not to mention the fact that there's no prosecution witnesses. Like he was speaking against it in this industry, right?
I love it. That's what I love
Your
about it.
complaint is expired. You're fat and your complaint is expired.
Who would want to fuck you, my dear? You're so fat.
You're so fat. Eat Big Macs.
Wait, I saw a picture from 1988. All right, I stand corrected. I would want to have a run at you if I'm straight.
But it's expired. Too late.
Too late.
Yeah. Well, he was synonymous with Chanel, where he served as a creative director there, and also did a lot of stuff for Fendi. So his styles are, the gloves, but wearing black and white, black bows, strings of pearls in his designs, chains. So that was the theme, just in honor of Karl. So we'll put up some of the outfits.
Say believe some women, but not the fat bitches.
Only if she has to complain within 5 months. Otherwise, I don't believe you. You're fat and ugly.
Well, I'm not going to grandfather your fat asshole into this thing.
Oh my
so
God.
you guys can just put up one of the dresses. We'll just scroll through them. We can
Inspired
see
by Karl Lagerfeld.
That's right.
Right?
I could never go to the fucking Met Gala.
Okay, that's
never.
White. He wears white and black.
Yeah,
There's white and black.
I'm seeing some pearls there. So yes, this was one of the more popular.
I see what these people are stuffing themselves into.
Yeah.
It seems like the most uncomfortable thing you could wear. You know, men and
Very
women, but the women are like, they have the trains that go back 17 feet and have to have 6 people drag it across the street.
I would Janelle Monáe.
I would want to represent the Iranian culture, and I'd come in as a kebab.
Oh,
just
that's
one
good.
skewer.
You know, you're not too far off. That could very much happen.
That's what I'm saying.
What's some of the outfits this year? But yeah, put up Janelle Monáe. It's a video.
I love Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, so she came in, and hers was interactive.
Oh wow! Okay, what is it, a video game? What do you do?
There's a video of it. So.
Is the train, the long train behind the dress, obviously serves no practical purpose.
Wow.
So this is Janelle. So
she's wearing a teepee.
The teepee.
Yeah, it's basically
it looks like it weighs 70 pounds.
And then as she walks the runway, she has 2 gentlemen unwrapping her.
Whoa.
And then so there's the next part. And her arms are out. I wonder if it helps with the
how does she
lines.
sit at the table? Does she pay
That is the big question.
$50,000?
And then they unwrap her again.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Now she's wearing a one piece.
It's like a fruit roll. Like there's a fruit roll. It just keeps unrolling.
Or toilet paper.
Or
Yeah.
a toilet.
And there it is. And they unwrapped her, and it's just the see-through
Oh,
tent.
snap. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's the cone your dog wears around its head after it gets the belly surgery
Yeah, shit.
with a one piece
Oh, wow.
under
Look
it.
at this.
Now she's
hold
pulling
on.
it over her
It's
head.
a hula hoop.
Yeah, it's interactive. There are
Whoa.
different poses, different moves she had to learn, I'm sure.
That's pretty dope. You know what that says? That says I'm going into the next galaxy. I'm going through a black hole.
Let's
saying
not work
something.
race
Saying a
into
lot.
this.
Right. So, and you guys can just scroll through more of the
All
more
right,
of the outfits here.
it's turned ridiculous.
Well, you want to see how ridiculous it turns. So, Chopette is Carl's cat, and there were some tributes to Carl's cat as well.
is
Lagerfeld's-
Karl Lagerfeld gay?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Needs
know.
to
I
be.
saw that. That's Jared Leto.
This is Jared Leto. Yeah, Jared Leto just came in dressed as a cat.
I need to figure out if Karl Lagerfeld is gay.
That's what I should
find
do.
out.
If as a Persian cat.
See, yeah, that's the hairless ones, right?
I'm just saying, if I'm paying $50,000 for a ticket, I'm getting something that I can sit down in and eat that meal.
Right.
I'm getting as much
Yeah,
of the food
no,
and beverage
the
as I can.
whole-
Yeah.
That's
Lizzo
the whole
was very
point.
critical of last year's event
Yeah,
because
she
there wasn't
There's
any food available.
It's the same at the buffet in Vegas. You pay $23. Your job's to eat $24 worth
Yeah.
of food.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
You got to break even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's Jared Leto. So this is like almost like an exact replica of the cat. He had it made by like some movie studio production company or something. And then Doja Cat, it's already in her name, so she did her makeup and came in dressed like
She
his
changed
cat
the
as
cat.
well.
All right,
And
so-
but some artists were really fed up with Carl because of him against the Me Too movement, and also he once dressed them all in both yellowface and blackface, according to BuzzFeed. So they actually wore pink, and Carl hated pink.
Oh,
So they would come in wearing
Who
pink.
wore the
and this is
pink?
their-
that's a slap on
This
Carl.
is their protest.
All right, hey,
But he's
listen,
dead, so he
bitches.
isn't-
It's a tribute to Lagerfeld. If you don't like him,
Viola
then
Davis.
fucking keep your $50,000 and don't show up.
There's that
You don't
too.
have to show up and protest.
Yeah.
It's
By the way,
same.
Doja Cat is like one of the most famous people on the planet. I wouldn't know if I saw her.
I wouldn't either.
No, but
But I think she's really funny. She's really funny on like Twitter and stuff.
Okay.
was Lagerfeld gay?
That's probably easy to Google.
That's probably easy to Google. That's what I've been asking.
Yeah.
All right, so it's so much work. It's so impractical.
yeah.
It's so uncomfortable. And you're right. All I want to sit down and see how much I can get into that $50,000 worth of shrimp and Chardonnay.
That's just
You know what I mean?
caviar
Exactly.
somewhere.
I'm going to find the top shelf whiskey. I'm going to find the Langostino, and I'm seeing if I can eat my way and drink my way back to zero.
You guys have Wagyu beef, Wagyu A5.
Right.
I get 100 pounds of that, please.
Yeah, 50K. Come on.
Oh, I would show up in one of those giant hoop skirts and have pouches inside of it and just see if I can get 80 pounds of Wagyu beef out of there. And shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
Show 'em with a cooler. Bring a little picnic cooler.
Well, the cooler would be under the hoop skirt, and I'd just be, Carolla's been in the buffet line for 2 hours now. That's a skirt.
Don't mind me.
Don't
These
mind
outfits
me.
need to be functional. They need to be catered to your to go.
Oh my God.
All right, Lagerfeld, gay or not? I just got it. It's got to be
Looks
out
like it.
there.
Looks
Looks like he's gay.
This
so,
dude, I forget his name. He's a really funny dude. He's on that. There you go, Harvey Guillen. He's on that the vampire show. You know that vampire show?
yeah, I
vampire?
mean, there's 186
Which
vampire
one?
shows.
Yeah.
The one, the one where it's like it's a false reality, fake reality show where like they're living together. What we do in the
shadows.
Yeah.
What we do in
Oh,
the
yeah,
shadows.
that's really funny,
Oh
yeah.
my God, it's funny. And this dude's really funny in it.
All right, so here's my point. First off, Lagerfeld. He's gay. He's old.
It's unfiltered.
He's rich as shit, and every woman would love to be dressed by him.
Yeah.
So he can say whatever the fuck he wants about women.
Gets away
He can
with
say
it.
whatever he wants because he doesn't want to fuck them.
Yeah.
He's got way too much money to be canceled, and
Yeah.
no matter what shit he talks, there's always going to be a line around Oscar season for
Yeah.
him to put an ensemble together for them. So that's where the filter goes out the window.
Yeah.
And he's foreign.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
he can
forget
say
it.
he can say whatever the fuck he wants with his accent. That's
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the dresses and the outfits and the cat suits and everything like that. I could never do this because putting on a blazer and a button-up shirt to me is like, oh God, oh my God.
That's a
what if I
bit
get into a street fight?
Oh, yeah.
What if I think I'm fucking handling myself with these leather-soled shoes?
Yeah.
And I got to walk in these shoes all the way out to the car?
Yeah.
The fucking ankles are killing me. Like, I'm such a puss that if I go into my sock drawer and I'm out of the shorty socks,
Yeah.
the little ankle ones,
Yeah.
and there's just the tube socks, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh boy. This is a big deal. Now I'm going to have to sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do the thing where I
I know.
roll
Oh,
it
yeah,
down
yeah.
and I try to thread it, but it's upside down.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to work today.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
this.
How do we tie this tie?
If socks are bridged too far,
Yeah.
then the hoop skirt and the cat outfit, that's a no-fly zone. I could never do it.
By the way, all that stuff is not cheap. That I'm like you,
You're right.
Adam. If I get a nice suit and I go somewhere with it, the whole time I'm at this fancy place, I'm like, people are coming up to say hi. I'm like, oh, just keep your distance. I can't spill anything. I don't
Right.
want to ruin this suit. It's an expensive suit.
It's not even yours.
It's not
Right.
that cat outfit that Jared Leto had must have been thousands of dollars. It's a white cat. Oh no, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, thousands, tens.
I'm
But
good.
probably fetch a pretty penny up on eBay or bring a trailer or
Yeah.
something in
Yeah.
10 years. People would pay for the Leto.
I'll be
cat
seeing that
suit.
on one of the auction sites.
Let me ask you guys about the train on the dress
Oh yeah.
with the ladies.
Yeah.
Because they're getting abnormally long.
Yes.
Now, obviously, zero functionality to the train. You're
Yeah.
just picking up cat hair and acorns and shit as you're dragging it across the street.
Disgusting.
You know? I am telling you, the women women love the notion of 5 other bitches who have to carry their shit behind them. They fucking love it. You've never seen a dude wearing tails that had 2 dudes holding the tails up as they were like walking. It would make me uncomfortable to have 3 dudes or walking behind me carrying my shit. They love it.
Yeah.
That's why they invented the train.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
job.
hey, bitches, get behind me. Enjoy my farts. I'll be taking pictures over here.
Yeah.
You put a mask on.
Yeah.
And just carry my shit around.
Someone's got that on their tax return. Occupation: dress carrier,
Yeah. This is why
train carrier.
this is basically the rapper who employs the doobie roller.
Yeah.
It's like, you can fucking buy pre-rolled doobies. I like the fact that I employ a dude whose job it is to roll me joints.
I like the energy spent on it.
I like where that says I am.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that I got these bitches walking behind me holding half of my dress up. They have to follow me through the whole fucking
I'd
party.
be interested to know what created the train. Was it that someone was making a dress and they had a little extra fabric and they're like, well, let's just add it to the. I don't know what to do. The wedding's tomorrow. I got all this extra stuff. I got to cut. I got to sew. Just give it to them.
Bridget will carry it.
Give it to them a little long, and someone will carry it, and then it just became a thing.
I think it's kind of the ladies in waiting and the seconds, the whole kind of hierarchy. Like, I'm the queen.
Yeah.
I'm the princess. And you, Cinderella, you are the ladies in waiting. You wait till you get in the dress. But while you're waiting, carry half my fucking dress.
Yeah.
And you just walk behind me with this train.
Yeah.
And we'll know who you are and we'll know who I am.
By the way, we've created technology for suitcase. Back in the day when you were traveling, you had to lift your suitcase to go. Then eventually they got little rollers on the heavy suitcase, horrible rollers. There were tiny rollers. You'd be pulling your thing along, the suitcase along, could barely work. Now I got this dope-ass carry-on suitcase, beautiful rolling. I looked around, everyone's rolling. They got to get rollers for these dress trains that just smoothly roll.
But that defeats the purpose
You're right.
of having the 3 chicks walk 11 feet behind you for the entire night.
Bitches in the back.
Smell my farts.
Smell my farts.
All right.
Oh, my God.
So, not for us.
Yeah.
But I was watching it.
That's funny. Yeah.
So there's a big writer strike
Oh, yeah.
going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that is causing all the late night shows to be shut down. Fallon, Colbert, Kimmel, and Seth Meyers are all shutting down because of this writer strike. Remember, we had one like 15 years ago. A lot of shows.
No, a lot of people don't know, especially like just your common person watching a show. I mean, we get this as comedians. People like they're asking you write your own material? Oh yeah, why don't you have new material every 1 month when I see you? What the you go? This shit takes time.
Sure.
And these shows have staffs, and a lot of people don't value the staffs until this kind of stuff happens, and they go, wait a minute, why is it all reruns? You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I'm personally, clearly as a comedian, I'm gonna side with the writers because there's all of this stuff's happening with the streamers, and they're making this money and they don't want to pay. It's just, I was reading some article about a guy who was a writer on Handmaid's Tale, which at the time was one of the top shows, and he was driving an Uber on the side.
Really?
Just doesn't seem like that should be a thing.
No. Yeah, and so remember when this happened in 2007, it lasted 100 days. A lot of shows effectively got ruined because of it. And so the Guild claims that today showrunners for series on streaming platforms earn 46% of the pay that showrunners on broadcast series are paid, and they no longer benefit from after production compensation and syndication, licensing, etc. And also half of the writers in the Guild are being paid minimum rates, a 16% increase from 10 years ago. So we're having all this content on all these streaming platforms, but the writers aren't being compensated. So yeah, they're getting together, they're forming a strike, and a lot of talent, and a lot of hosts, and a lot of stars are having their backs. So we might see a little blip in our entertainment in the next, if this thing doesn't get settled.
Well, it was weird. The last time I was talking to Jimmy, I was at a show because my daughter wanted to see Luke Bryan over there. And it was about a week. It was a week ago. No, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And so after the show, I was just hanging out with Huey Lewis and the Playboys. And give you guys a second on that one.
I like it.
I'm going to convince him to form a super band.
It's already there. It's in the name.
Yeah, remember Damn Yankees? That was Ted Nugent and the guy from Whitesnake or whatever. Yeah, come on, Huey. Meet Gary.
And Jack Blades from Night Ranger.
Huey Lewis and the Playboys? You fucking take that shit to every carnival and every fair in North America. But I was hanging with Huey Lewis, and I was hanging with Jimmy, and we're just talking to him after the show in the stairwell. And he said, I got to go. I got to get on a call with all the late night guys. Like all of them have to kind of.
Oh, wow.
You got to figure out what's the plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there may be, you can't have one going rogue. You know what I mean? Keeping the lights on. Like you have to kind of get on the same page.
United front.
We need to unite. We need to stand by the writers or whatever we're doing. Yeah. We got to kind of do it together. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Close to an Illuminati meeting as you'll get.
I thought it would be a fun thing to do to, like, now that there's no late night shows, like be like, all right, I'm just going to do my own on YouTube, just to show you how shitty it is without writers, and not the full show. Like, here's a monologue. I'm going to do a monologue every night just to show you how shitty it is. So please stand by the writers and give them the money they want, or else you're gonna. This is the only shit you get. Yeah, it's a good PSA, right? You're right. That's funny. We should all get together to do a PSA right now.
Yeah.
Like, no punchlines.
Yeah, I could get up there and be like, I do crowd work. Where are you from? Hungary. You have a daughter?
Yeah, how do I get to that bit I got?
So, pandas are, they get treated like royalty, right? People be leaving.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Hungary's not good. Good. Where are you from?
Yeah, where are you from? That's funny.
So, the problem with all this stuff, though, is like the price comes down as the inventory goes up. Meaning, so here's what we have to compete with. I mean, so on one hand, you go, these guys are getting paid only 16% more than they were paid 10 years ago, right?
Right.
Ask any currently out of work, major market morning show what they were getting paid 15 years ago in Los Angeles or New York. Go ask Opie and Anthony what they were making 20 years ago in New York and what they're making now. Go ask Mark and Brian what they were making 20 years ago in Los Angeles or 25 years ago in Los Angeles. And go ask Kevin and Bean what they were making 15 years ago in Los Angeles and what they're making now. So that argument is like, hey, man, 15 years ago, we're making 3.7 a year. Now we're not making shit. It's like, yeah, because there's something called podcasting and the internet and a whole bunch of other shit happened to you guys.
Yeah.
So on one hand, you can go, well, that's not fair. On the other hand, it's kind of the market.
Yeah, I think that one of the issues, though, is that's a little different, is that some of these streamers and these companies are making really good money because the writers are continuing to create for them, and they're getting these shows, and those companies are doing really well. So you're right. There's other entertainment like TikTok and YouTube or wherever else, but these writers are actually on shows that are really good shows, and they're doing good work, and the stock's going up for the company, and the executives like flying into work on a drone or whatever it is. And you're like, yo, how about a little bit of this trickle down? Like, because it's not like these guys are some lazy bums sitting around. These are really talented.
70% of them are. Yeah. I've been in writers' rooms fucking for 25 years. You could get rid of 70, somewhere between 70 and 81% of them could just leave, and you'd be fine. But for the 28% of them who fucking doing everything.
Yeah.
Because it's never, the writers' rooms are never like there's 10 writers and everyone does 10%.
Yeah.
There's 10 writers. 3 of them do nothing. 3 of them do minus. They fuck up your jokes.
Yeah.
You have to explain to them twice. And then there's 3 of them that do everyone else's work.
Yeah.
That's every writer's room I've been
I
in.
just have so much respect for writers.
Hold on, which one was I? Shit.
The reason I have respect for writers is whenever I say, because my writing I do as a stand-up, I do it on stage, right? So I'm talking, writing, my life, here I go. But I sit down, and you get, man, I come up with script ideas. I go, okay, I'm going to get this done. And I'll sit down, I'll open up the computer, and I'll be like, oh, you know what? I need some almonds before I get started. I'll go get the almonds. I come back. I'm like, you know what? Some tea and almonds. I think that'll really, I'm not kidding you. I've been trying to write these scripts now for like 6 months. I was delaying upgrading my final draft.
I can use software.
And I just upgraded it like a week ago, and I was like, that's it. We're on. And I wrote like half a page. I was like, I'll get to the rest later.
You're more into the process right now. You're spending too much time on that.
It's hard, dude.
Yeah, I sit down in front of the computer and I start trying to write, and then I'm like, let's look at a little porn. Yeah. I call it writer's cock. I have to stop. I just stop and get sidetracked into you porn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, who doesn't?
It's a long way to go for a writer's cock joke, but all right.
I liked it. Now we're talking about 11,500 writers in this. So they failed to agree on a 3-year contract that expired at last midnight. So
the tough part about staying home or being unemployed as a writer, every other job, like every fireman I know is a carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
Every mechanic I know who, when that shit shuts down, they go, I'll go weld for a while or go on to a job site or something like that. Writers are the most fucking useless human beings on the planet. There's going to be nothing for them to transition to. They only write. And if they can't do that, it's not like we're going to go raise barns. They do not. There's nothing to transition to. They will simply be staying home annoying their families.
Yeah. Tweeting. The tweets are going to go up.
Tweets, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we were looking at a graph yesterday of all of the people, the rate of people who have left California and New York, and they've pretty much gone to Texas, Florida, mainly Florida. But so New York, there's now a new report. New York's income sank about $16 billion compared to pre-COVID as residents flee at this alarming rate.
Yes, I think if you're done or you're paused.
When you say New York's income, you mean Manhattan, or are you talking about the all of New York, like the big cities, the tri-borough, whatever?
State.
But it's probably focused in Manhattan. It might not be. Look, there's a problem that leaders of states and cities aren't really understanding. It's kind of like it's about 8 years ago or 9 years ago or something. Like I moved into a new house, and I was like saying to my assistant, "We gotta get the phone guy out. I need a phone." And he's like, "You don't need a phone." And I'm like, "What do you mean I don't need a phone? I need a phone. The phone guy's got to come out. He's got to hook it up. Got to put the jack in the wall.
Yeah.
I got to get a home number." And they're like, "You got your phone.
Yeah.
That's your phone." And I was like, "Are you kidding? Get out of here. You can't have a house without a phone in it." And I would like go to the other kids and I go, this guy wants me to move into a house with no phone. And I go, yeah, I don't have a phone in my house. That's a phone. Old guys take a while to come around to shit.
Yeah.
I've lived in California my whole life. You weren't going anywhere. You lived in California. You liked California. That's California. That's it. And as Gavin Newsom said, where else you going to go? Or as Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown said, 15 years ago, where else you going to go?
Right.
They haven't caught on to the fact that people are going, will go. Southwest Airlines. You get a car that you can drive comfortably to Arizona in with air conditioning and a satellite radio.
Yeah.
You can live in a nice modern home. You can have your Top Golf and your PF Chang's around the corner. Like, they will go. And no one in the cities who people are fleeing from, they're like 8 years behind people leaving, and they're going to have to course correct because this is what's happening. They're going to have to figure out a way to make it more attractive for people to hang out, because I don't know about you, but nobody I grew up with in Southern California even dreamt of moving to Idaho or Montana. Arizona? What are you going to do, shoot a Western? There's nothing in Arizona. Florida was some exotic, it's been Sicily. Like, I don't even know where fucking Florida is. Texas is like, you're going to work on a dude ranch? Like, that's all anything was back then. Now it's like, hey, we can go to Austin.
As a traveling comedian, I run into this a lot. Like, I'll be in conversation with people all over the world, and when they find out the amount of taxes you're paying and all that other stuff you're talking about, a lot of times you like, and then you find out what they're paying, and you're like, I was in Arizona, and the sound guy at the club had like a Tesla, and I was like, no offense to the sound guys, but I was like, I don't know how much they pay this guy. And I was tipping him over the weekend. I was like, maybe he should have been tipping me.
Yeah, right.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, I think a lot of people are leaving. I would guess one of the main reasons is just the cost of living here is just really high.
Well, in New York, so residents are taxed at variable rates depending on their income, but their top earners are taxed at the highest rate in the nation, 10.9%.
For the state tax.
I thought we were 13 and change.
Yeah, I think we are too.
Oh, that's what I don't know, maybe.
So my accountant's been telling me. What's he been doing?
I don't know what the top is, but that was just the
we're
line in the article.
13 and something over here. People are just going to leave, or the people with money are going to leave, and then they're fucked. So what New York can look forward to is a big tax base leaving and a bunch of buses from Texas with migrants in it showing up and taking their place, and we'll see how that works. Yeah. So what they're going to do is they're going to course correct, same way they did with, defund the police only took them 10 minutes to course correct on that one.
Whoops, yeah.
And then they'll course correct like we did with Runaway Productions here in Los Angeles. Like, oh, hey, where were you guys going? Come on back. Well, you know what? We'll give you some incentives to hang out, So they're going to course correct.
By the way, when you travel, too, you realize, like you were saying, back in the day, it felt like, oh, my God, going to Arizona or Texas or Colorado felt so strange. When you go to these places now, it's like is not that. I mean, first of all, it's very easy to travel back and forth. The main deterrent for me sometimes when I think about, maybe like I was down in Houston doing shows, I go, oh, this is pretty cool, diverse, all that, and then they go, yeah, but like the storms are crazy and it's the winter, and I was like, maybe I'm not into it. But other than that, a lot of these places are, they seem fine to move to.
Yeah, that's the problem. So the blue states or blue cities, we got to course correct. People are leaving. That's correct.
Yeah, and also in other New York news, they're handing out AirTag trackers to car owners because of all the car thefts.
Oh, no.
Not a good sign.
Not a good sign, but Mayor Eric Adams announced that they right now they got 500 of these AirTags donated to them from the Association of Better New York, and they're going to give them to car owners because all these people.
Oh, we should put those on catalytic converters out here, and then that crazy city council woman might be happy about that, right?
Yeah,
blame Toyota
because they're so easy. Maybe they'll be easy to track.
Are all these? Are they? And I didn't know what kind of. I heard something about there's there's two types of cars that don't have a tracker that they're supposed. It was like a Hyundai or something.
Hyundai and Kias were. Well, no. What happened was there were TikTok challenges because people figured out how to hotwire these things with just like a USB cord, and so they did it on TikTok, and then so all these criminals were like, oh, these things are easy to steal, so they would let you steal those and then commit our crimes using these stolen cars. And Yeah, because I forget how many, but like they rose like the amount of percentage of increase in Hyundai and Kia thefts are insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to be handing out the AirTag trackers. Now, Eric did say this is not a centralized tracking system where we are in charge of tracking someone's car. It's up to you guys to call the police, but this will at least help you guys out a little bit.
Not a good
Know where they are.
indicator for civilization.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's great. He gave a great speech about black mares, which I saw. Did I show you that, Max Pana?
No, not on the show.
He did I think we have it, right? It's funny because he was complaining about migrants and going to cities with black mares. But the way he was saying, if you didn't have a context, he was like, Chicago, black mare. L.A., black mare. New York, black mare. And it sounded like he was saying, it was like a racist on Fox saying these are nightmare cities with black mares
I see.
in them. But it's kind of, it's funny. It's funny from a cadence standpoint. Let's listen to it. Oh, the sound.
Governor Abbott sent asylum seekers to New York, black mayor, to Washington, black mayor,
Yeah, it's a
to
black mayor over
Houston,
there.
black mayor, to Los Angeles, black mayor, to Denver, black mayor. He passed over thousands of cities to land here. I cannot ignore the fact that Governor Abbott sent migrants only to cities where there are black mayors and is undermining our cities.
Yeah, we're living a black
Interesting.
mare here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But if Rick Caruso was
Had won.
elected mayor, would Abbott still send them? I believe he would. Anyone?
He
look,
wouldn't mention. It wouldn't be mentioned by
listen,
Mr.
here's the
Adams.
deal, assholes. If you announce your sanctuary city and you announce all are welcome and no one's illegal and you will be anyone who comes here. But first, all right, play the other clip. So I'm going to go on a fucking jag here for a second. All right. I was told, Dawson, you may have heard this, that the folks that were coming here from other countries were hardworking, God-fearing, family-oriented people who are just here to do the jobs that Americans wouldn't do and actually contributed more to the system than they took from the system. That is what I've heard for 20 years.
That's what they told us.
Okay, so let's see what Eric Adams has to say about that.
You know, the city is being destroyed by the migrant crisis.
Hold on, that's some racist shit right there, right? You're destroying the city because people are coming here to find a better life and
These are
do
the
the
people,
jobs that
you know.
people in New York won't do? How's that destroying? I thought they were adding.
I don't know what he's saying there in terms of that. I think part of the complaint was this whole busing into these cities, and I'm not quite sure if people were ready or not or whatever. But listen. There's a whole. I think clearly we have a broken immigration system, and one of the things.
Well, you slipped through the cracks.
I know I got in, but one of the things that somebody had talked about was like coming together and finding the best solutions. Because for example, clearly, look, we have asylum laws, right? If you're persecuted in your country, America's a country that says, we will welcome you. And that's actually like, for me, leaving Iran during the part of the time of the revolution, my father would have been persecuted. And so I'm all for that. And then we need other things like somebody was talking about how you get people sneaking over here to work and then they don't go back because we don't have a system of like giving the work permit visa for someone to come back and forth on the border, which would probably be, if the guy could come over, work, and then go back home, he probably would prefer that, right?
Yeah, no, I agree with all that.
Yeah.
I'm saying you cannot announce your sanctuary
Right.
city and
Right.
then have people show up and go, what the fuck's going on? You're ruining the city.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Because they have no ability to handle all these people. They're just grandstanding,
Right.
saying they're sanctuary cities. But
Right.
as soon as a busload of people show up, they have nothing to do with them. And I'm just saying, quit grandstanding. That's all.
Right.
And fuck you for saying. And by the way, is it up to the governor or the mayor to announce we're sanctuary cities? Like, I don't think most people who voted for them, like, I don't think whether it's sanctuary city or all homeless need to be treated with dignity. I don't think the people who voted for you want you
You're
letting
saying-
homeless people live on the sidewalk.
You're saying it can't be an executive order. It almost needs to be like a referendum. Let's vote. Are we a sanctuary city or are we not?
Yes,
I hear what
we
you're saying. Yeah.
voted for you, and then you announced it's a
Yeah,
sanctuary city.
Right.